Good afternoon everyone. How are you all? Yes, slowly joining. So today we are going to learn about principles of inheritance and variations. Okay, we are doing as always we are doing the PYQs. Along with that we are going on looking into the concepts. All right. So we'll start the class. Our first question is, just try solving this question. Is this visible to you? Okay, I'll read the question for you. The mother has A positive blood group, okay, A positive, the father has B positive and the child is A positive. So what can be the possible genotypes of all three respectively? We need to find the positive genotypes of all three respectively. So they have already given the child's blood group as A positive. So we can eliminate some of the options. So A is eliminated, AB eliminated. So respectively in the sense this should be mothers, this should be fathers and this should be child's. Okay, so we eliminated C, then okay B, D and E are there. So wherever A is there, just eliminate it. Wherever C is there, eliminate. Yes, here also eliminated. With the elimination we got the anyway definitely we'll get the answer D for Delhi, but still we'll solve this. So how are we going to solve it? Mother has A positive, okay, which means it can be this or this can be the genotype of mother. And about the father, father is B positive, it can be IBB or IBI, isn't it? So if we consider these two, then it cannot be the possible answer, isn't it? It cannot be the possible answer, this two, because if it is these two, then there won't be small I here. So we can eliminate this option as well. With the elimination technique we can get the answer, that is B and D can be the possible genotypes of father, mother, father and child respectively. Understood? Sakshi? Raju? Yes. So D for Delhi is the correct answer. In a plant, black seed color is dominant over white seed color. In order to find out the genotype of the black seed plant, with which of the following genotype will you cross it? In order to see, as this is black seed is a dominant one, we don't know the genotype, it could be BB or capital B small b. In which genotype we should cross it in order to get test cross, by the way, test cross?
Option A.
Option A, is it correct? See, we need to cross it, in a sense we need to test cross it. In order to find out the genotype of the black seed that is dominant, with which of the following genotype will you cross it? That is
Option D.
Option D, yes. So you need to cross it with the homozygous recessive or recessive genotype. When you cross it, for example, that is we are test crossing it, we don't know whether capital B or capital B small b. Okay, in order to find this genotype, what we need to do, we need to cross it with the small b. Here also cross it with the small b. What is the cross here? You just tell me. If it is capital B into small b. So if these are parents, gametes, in F1 you will get capital B small b, that is this one. Okay, and when you do the self cross, what you will get? You will get capital B F2, capital B small b, then capital B small b. Okay, if it is this one, will get capital B, small b, small b, small b. Here in the F1, till here, if it is 100%, you will get black. If you get 100% black, then it means this is a test cross. If you get 100% black, which means the parent phenotype which we were doing the cross, that is testing, was homozygous dominant. If we get 50% black and 50% white, then which means if we get this 1:1 ratio, then which means it is heterozygous dominant. If we get 100% black, which means homozygous dominant. If we get 50-50, that is 1:1 black and white, which means heterozygous recessive, heterozygous dominant. I am really sorry, heterozygous dominant. What do you mean by heterozygous recessive? Yes. So, understood? So, which means D for Delhi is the correct answer. A pink flower snapdragon plant was crossed with the red flower snapdragon plant. What type of phenotypes are expected in the progeny? Tell me. The pink color. This is incomplete dominance. Pink color, which means it is capital R, small r, is crossed with the red flower, that is capital R, capital R. So, we need to find the F1, that is these are the parents and the gametes are capital R, small r, and crossing with the capital R. R, this is red, this is pink. Tell me.
Option D.
Red flower as well as pink flowered plants. Got it? D for Delhi is the correct answer. Match the list. Two or more alternative form of a gene is called
allele.
Yes. Cross of F1 progeny with the homozygous recessive parent is called test cross. Yes. Cross of F1 progeny with any of the parent is called back cross. Number of chromosome set in a plant is called ploidy. A3. Okay, with the first match itself we will get the answer, that is A is the correct answer. A3. Which of the following can be explained on the basis of Mendel's law of dominance? Tell me. Out of one pair of factors, one is dominant and other one is recessive? Yes. Alleles do not show any expression and both the characters appears as such in F2 generation? They doesn't show any expression. Alleles do not show any. No, B is wrong, isn't it? So, if B is wrong, so with the elimination technique itself, see B is there, B is there. So, with the elimination technique we can say D is the correct answer. We will go through the other option as well. See how elimination technique, it is so useful in such statement based question. You can save lot of time. Factors occurs in pairs in normal diploid, true. The discrete unit controlling a particular character is called factor, true. The expression of only one of the parental characteristics is found in the monohybrid cross. Yes, that is if you cross the homozygous tall with the homozygous dwarf, you will get only tall progeny. That is also true. So, B is false. We got the answer already. Got it? Any doubts? As per the ABO, there are so many this codominance questions are there. Questions on the basis of codominance. Okay. So, as per ABO blood grouping system, the blood group of father is B positive, mother is A positive and the child is O positive. The respective genotype can be. If the child has to be O positive, then the both of their parents should have one recessive I gene, isn't it? Which means they should be IAI and IBI, father. So tell me, then only the son will be having small I, small I. So which is A is true, this is false. No, no, this is also not I, this is also no. So only A is the correct answer. Understood? Here it is directly given. We don't have to match this also. It is directly given. The child is O positive. O means it is small I, small I. So none of the option. This has, but their parent doesn't have that allele, recessive allele here. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Only one A can be the correct answer. Understanding? Yes. A heterozygous pea plant with violet flowers. Heterozygous, violet means if we say capital W, small w, this is violet flower, was crossed with the homozygous pea plant with a white flower. It is crossed with small w, small w. That is, this is the parent generation. Violet is dominant over white. Which one of the following represent the expected combination among 40 progenies? Which means if you see gametes here, capital W, small w, and here it is small w. If you see this small w and small w, small w. So which is violet, and okay, this is F1 generation, and this one is white. This one is white. If you see what is the ratio here, if you see the genotypic ratio, the genotypic ratio is 1:1. What is the phenotypic ratio? Phenotypic ratio is also 1:1. So 1:1 in the sense we have got 40 progenies, that is 20 should be violet, 20 should be white. Before option B, before Bombay is the correct answer. 20 produced violet and 20 produced white. Given below two statements. Statement 1, Mendel studied 7 pairs of contrasting traits in pea plant and proposed the law of inheritance. 7 pairs of contrasting trait, yes. The 7 characters examined by Mendel in his experiment on pea plant were seed shape, seed color, flower color, pod shape, pod color, flower position and stem height. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So both statement 1 and 2 are, both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. B for Bombay is the correct answer. The production of gametes by parents, formation of zygotes, the F1 and F2 plants can be understood from the diagram called
Punnett square.
Punnett square. Yes, very good. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Direct answer. Identify the wrong statement with reference to gene I that controls ABO blood group. A person will have only 2 of the 3 alleles?
No.
Yes. Then
Option
is there any, am I audible, visible? Am I audible, visible? Yes. So yeah, a person will only have 2 of the 3 alleles. 2 of the 3 alleles means the 3 alleles are IA, IB and I. These are the 3 alleles. A person will be having only 2 of these alleles. It can be the person, individual person will be having what? He can be having IAI if he is a A blood group, IA, IA. If he is B, IB, I, or IB, IB. If it is AB, then he will be having IA, IB. If it is O, I. Whatever it is, only two, this or this, right? So only two of the alleles out of three alleles. What are the three alleles? IA, IB and small I are the three alleles. Out of these three, the person will be having only two alleles. So which means that option 1 is correct. When IA, IB are present together, they express same type of sugar? No. Here IA, this one, okay, IA, IB. So it actually, they express different types of sugar, which means B is the wrong statement. Allele I does not produce any sugar. This is also true. The gene I has three alleles. These three are the alleles. Yes, this particular ABO blood grouping is a example of codominance as well as multiple alleles, because alleles are three, but a person will be having two, individual will be having two. Okay, no confusion, you should not confuse. So B is the correct answer. Understood? Yes. How many true breeding pea plant varieties did Mendel select as pairs, which were similar except one character with contrasting traits? We need to find the traits here. Okay, traits here. How many he selected? 14 traits for 14. Yes, very good. See, ऑप्शंस भी इतना easy दिया है ना. 7 ऑप्शन, मतलब 7 एज अ ऑप्शन है ही नहीं. अगर थोड़ा सा भी कंफ्यूज हो सकते हैं बच्चे, 7th ऑप्शन है ही नहीं. देखो 14 दिया है, 8, 4, 2. लाइक they want you to score marks. मतलब गलत हो ही नहीं सकते बच्चे इस ऐसे ऑप्शन में, तो है ना. So that is the thing. The number of contrasting characters studied. Okay, characters, contrasting characters. अभी बताओ. Studied by no, yes, 7. So characters were 7. The traits were 14. In snapdragon, a red flower was crossed with white flower, and in F1 generation, pink flowers were obtained. Okay, when pink flowers were selfed, the F2 generation showed white, red, and pink. Choose the correct statement from the following. Okay, this experiment does not follow the principle of dominance. Sorry, choose the incorrect statement. So this experiment does not follow that. This is true. It does not follow. This is incomplete dominance 1. Pink flower in F1 is due to incomplete dominance. This is also true. The ratio of F2 is, okay, 1/4 of red, 2/4 of pink, and 1/4 of white. Yes, which means 1:2:1. Yes, 1:2:1 is the ratio. Yes, true. And ratio of the phenotypes, yeah, phenotypes. And law of segregation does not apply in this experiment. Why? The law of experiment does apply. So D for Delhi is the wrong statement. This statement is wrong. Law of segregation, it applies. Why does it not apply? Which of the following characteristics represent inheritance of blood groups? बताओ. Dominance तो है ही. Codominance, multiple alleles, yes. Incomplete dominance, no. Polygenetic inheritance, no. Which means ABC. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Any doubts? Easy na? एक मिनट रुको. Is the board clear? या कुछ? Okay. Is the board clear? Yes. Okay, we will see the next question, 15th. Among the following characters, which one was not considered by Mendel in his experiments on pea? Stem, tall and dwarf? Yeah, very good. You already got the answer. Trichomes. Okay. Glandular and non-glandular. It was not there. seed green and yellow pod inflated constructed was there. B for Bombay was not there. The genotypes of husband and wife are, okay, this is IA, IB and IAI. Among the blood types of the children, how many different genotypes and phenotypes are possible? We'll see. These are parents. What are the gametes? IA, IB, IA, I. This could be the gametes. Now F1 generation, if you see the children, IA, 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 I, IA, IB, IB, I. So which means this is genotypes. Now coming to the phenotypes. Okay, wait. F1 में the genotypes are these. Phenotypes, IA gives A blood group, A type, AB type and B type. So if you see, the genotypes are 4 different types, 4, you can see 4 here, and the phenotypes AA, AB, 3 types. So we get 4 genotypes and 3 phenotypes. What is the, which is the correct answer?
Option C.
Option C. Option C is the correct answer. Which one from these given below is the period for Mendel's hybridization experiment?
A.
1856 to 63. A is the correct answer. A true breeding plant means it is homozygous for something. Nearly homozygous and produce offspring of its own kind? Yes. Always homozygous recessive? It need not be always homozygous recessive. It can be homozygous dominant. The true breeding, whatever it is, it's a homozygous one. One that is able to breed on its own, can't see, and produce due to the cross pollination among unrelated plants? No. We already got the answer in first place, that is A is the correct answer. Got it? True breeding plant in essence, something which is both the alleles are of same type or homozygous type. It can be dominant or it can be recessive, but both the alleles are same type. That is true breeding. Understanding? In a test cross involving F1 dihybrid flies, more parental type offsprings were produced than the recombinant type offsprings. This indicates, we could see parental types, which means if we see the parental types, which means there is more linkage. That's why less recombination. There was more linkage, that's why less recombination. The 2 genes are located on 2 different chromosomes. We said less recombination. If there is more, then more recombination would have taken place. Chromosome fail to separate during meiosis? No, can't be. 2 genes are linked and present on the same chromosome? Yes. Both the characteristics are controlled by more than 1 gene? No. Then it would be polygenetic inheritance. So, we got it. Here the question it gives, there is more linkage. There is a linkage, that's why the parental type was more than the recombinant type, which means more linkage is there. More linkage in a sense, the 2 genes were present very close together, may be in the same chromosome, even if it is the same chromosome, same this thing, arm, same arm, okay, very close together. For if it is A, B, if they are close together, then there is a more linkage is there, very less recombination is there. Understanding? So, C is the correct answer. Always remember this formula, linkage is inversely proportional to recombination. linkage is inversely proportional to recombination. Remember this formula, because more linkage, less recombination, less linkage, more recombination. Okay, there are questions regarding this particular thing, linkage and recombination. We are going to solve further questions. Yes. Okay, what was yes, C is the correct answer. A tall true breeding garden pea plant is crossed with dwarf true breeding garden pea plant. When the F1 plants were selfed, the resulting genotype were in the ratio, what is it? Resulting genotypic ratio you need to find, which means tall, basic monohybrid process, that is tall, I mean tall is, this is the parent one, homozygous tall, homozygous dwarf, T gametes. F1 generation is all tall, 100% tall, 100%. When F1 generation was selfed, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. If these two are selfed, what are the gametes? Capital T, small t, and capital T, small t. So, what is the resultant F2 generation? F2 generation, if we can see, capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. So, if we see tall, dwarf. So, if you see the phenotypic ratio, it is 3:1, that is tall is to dwarf. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1, that is capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. If we say 1:2:1, homozygous tall, heterozygous tall, and dwarf, is the correct answer. Any doubts? Any doubts? How many pairs of contrasting characters in pea plant was studied by Mendel in its experiment? Characters. Repeated question. 7. Very good. A man with blood group A marries woman with blood group B. What are all the possible blood groups of their offsprings?
Option A.
Yes, option A. Should we solve it or shall we move on? Move on. Yes, so all types of A, B, and O are all the types of this thing will get in the offsprings. Multiple alleles are present at the same locus of the chromosome on the non-sister chromatids, on different chromosome at different loci on the same chromosome. Tell me.
Option A.
At the same locus of the chromosome. Yes. So see, because on non-sister chromatids multiple alleles are present at the same locus of the chromosome and on non-sister chromatids on different chromosome it cannot be, at different loci on the same chromosome it cannot be. Sister chromatids, yes. So it will be at the same chromosome, at the locus of the same locus of the chromosome. Yes, correct. Alleles are different molecular forms of a gene, heterozygotes, different phenotypes, true breeding homozygotes.
Option A.
Very good. A gene showing codominance has the alleles tightly linked on the same chromosome, alleles that are recessive to each other, both alleles independently expressed in the heterozygotes, or one allele dominant on the other.
Option C.
Option C is the correct answer. Very good. In his classic experiments on pea plant, Mendel did not use
Pod length.
pod length. Other three he used, yes. If two persons with AB blood group marry and have sufficiently large number of children, these children could be classified as A blood group, AB blood group, B blood group in 1:1 ratio. Modern technique of protein electrophoresis reveals presence of both A and B types proteins in AB blood group individuals. This is the example of
Codominance.
इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, डायरेक्टली पूछ सकते थे ए बी ब्लड ग्रुप कौन सा, इट्स द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ विच टाइप ऑफ है ना डोमिनेंस. इतना सारा इंफॉर्मेशन क्यों? कोडोमिनेंस इजी. Which Mendelian idea is depicted by a cross in which F1 generation resembles both the parents?
Codominance.
Codominance. A is the correct answer. When tall pea plant with round seed was selfed, it produced the progeny of a tall plant with round seeds, tall plant with wrinkled seed. Identify the genotype of the parent. Identify it. Yes, we need to solve this. We got only the tall pea plant with round seeds, tall. Was selfed. It produced the progeny of the round seeds and the tall pea plant with the wrinkled seed. So we got it, both tall will be there. So we are taking two alleles of tall. So here the alleles are, sorry, the gametes are, this is the parent. So we got tall pea plant with round seed, tall round, tall round, tall round and tall wrinkled. So they have given only two things, that is tall round and tall wrinkled. So the genotype of the parent could be option D. Understanding? Any doubts? Yes. List 1 and list 2. Match the list 1 and list 2. Monohybrid cross. The phenotypic ratio is which one? 3:1. Dihybrid cross. The genotypic ratio is 9:3 3:1. Incomplete dominance 1:2:1. Test cross it is 1:1. A3. With the first match we got it. A is the correct answer. A certain plant homozygous for yellow seeds and red flowers were crossed with the plant homozygous for green and white. The homozygous for yellow seeds and red flowers were crossed with the plant with the green seeds and white flowers. The F1 plants had yellow seeds and pink flowers. So this red and pink mein, the yellow, this one has the incomplete dominance. The F1 plants were selfed, that is yellow pink is crossed with yellow pink. You know how to write this thing, right? The gametes. I didn't write the gametes here. Fine. So this is the gamete. This is the parent generation. Gamete F1. So if we are selfing the F1. Assuming independent assortment of the two characters, how many phenotypic categories are expected for these characters in F2 generation? Tell me. After this, how many phenotypic categories are expected for these characters? The phenotype could be isn't it? This meaning. I mean, like the phenotype we are talking about, that's out of these we can say it can be yellow, red, yellow, pink, yellow, white, green, red, green, oh sorry, green white, green red, green pink. So these are the phenotypes. These are the phenotypes. How many phenotypes can we observe?
6.
6. D4 Delhi is the correct answer. This is really a very good question. What is the expected percentage of F2 progeny with yellow and inflated pod in dihybrid cross experiment involving pea plant with green colored inflated pod and yellow colored constricted pod? Tell me. Okay. Here the green color, if you know, the green is a dominant one, green color inflated is crossed with yellow color constricted pod. So what is the expected percentage of F2 progeny with yellow and inflated? So if we see the F2 progeny, if you see the phenotypic ratio, that is 9:3:3:1. In this 9 and 1 are the parental combination. We need yellow and inflated. In these three, all 3 and 3, okay, any 3 you can take, which means it is a recombinant one, not the parental variety, different one, recombinant variety. So this could be yellow and inflated, and this one is green and, one second, green and, okay, green and constricted. Okay, in these two are the recombinant combinations. So if we got it 3, right, 3 by 16 into 100, if you do, it is 18.75%. The D for Delhi is the correct answer. Understanding? If you see the phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1, this 9 and this 1 are the parental combination. These three are the recombinant combination. You need to find one of the recombinant combination. Any 3 you can take. Okay, so that is yellow and inflated is a 1 recombinant, and green and considered 1 recombinant. If you do 3 by total is 16 into 100, 18.75 is the answer. Fruit color in squash is an example of, this is an example of dominant epistasis. This is gene interaction question. Now it is not in the syllabus. Now coming to the chromosome theory of inheritance. The chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by who?
Sutton and Bowers.
Sutton and Boveri. Correct answer. Experimental verification of the chromosomal theory of inheritance was given by
Morgan.
T.H. Morgan. Easy. Chromosome theory of inheritance was again proposed by, it was Sutton and Boveri. What map unit, that is 1 centimorgan, is adopted in the construction of genetic maps? What do you mean by that? The 1 centimorgan is the unit of distance between the genes on the chromosome representing 1% crossing over. It is given, it is C is the correct answer. Not 10%, not 100%, not 50%, it is 1% crossing over. How near the two genes are there situated, that kind of, I mean, if they are very near to each other, which means if they are very near to each other, they have linkage. The parental generation will be whatever the combination of parental generation will be there, that combination is more seen in the progeny. That is the linkage. That unit distance, that is measured in centimorgan. So that is the question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, when many alleles of a single gene govern a character, it is called polygenetic inheritance. When many alleles of single gene. What do you mean by polygenetic inheritance? When more than one gene is governing a single character. Wrong. In polygenetic inheritance, the effect of each allele is additive. Correct? So, what is the which is the answer? Correct answer?
B.
Yes. Statement 1 is false and 2 is true. Match list 1 and 2. Incomplete dominance.
Flower color.
Yes. Codominance.
Blood group.
Pleiotropy.
Phenylketonuria.
Phenylketonuria. Polygenetic inheritance.
Skin color.
Skin color. So, A2, B1, we got B for Bombay as the correct answer. Easy. The phenomenon of pleiotrophism refers to, which means one gene is governing more than one character. More than two, single gene affecting multiple phenotypic expression. Yes. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Frequency of recombination between gene pairs on same chromosome as a measure of distance between genes to map their position on chromosome was used for the first time by There's so many times this question has been repeated in previous year.
B.
B. B for Bombay. Is it? Or D for Delhi? So it is Alfred Sturtevant. He is the one who gave the frequency of recombination between the gene pairs of the same chromosome as a measure of distance between genes to map their position on the chromosome. And he used the measurement centimorgan. Centimorgan. Centimorgan was a measurement used. How close two genes are there situated, or how far the two genes are situated. That was given by Alfred Sturtevant. Given below are two statements, assertion, reason. Assertion: Mendel's law of independent assortment does not hold good for the genes that are located closely on the same chromosome. Is it true or false?
True.
True. The closely located genes assort independently.
No.
No. A is true, R is false. D for Delhi is the correct answer. The best example of pleiotropy.
Phenylketonuria.
Phenylketonuria. The frequency of recombination between gene pairs on the same chromosome as a measure of distance between genes were explained by. See, again it was repeated. I said no, many times it's been repeated. Just now we discussed
C.
Alfred Sturtevant. Select the correct statement. Franklin Stahl coined the term linkage. Who coined the term linkage? Who coined the term linkage? The linkage, the term coined by T.H. Morgan, right? Not Franklin Stahl. Punnett square was developed by a British scientist. True or false? Yes, it is true. Spliceosome take part in the translation. No, in splicing. Spliceosome you can see in splicing, not translation. Transduction was discovered by S. Altman. No, it was not discovered by S. Altman. So we got the answer B for Bombay is the correct answer. That is, Punnett square was developed by the British scientist. Match 1 and 2. Dominance. Many genes govern the single character, that is polygenetic inheritance. Many genes govern the single characters. D1. You got the answer D1 here. We'll see. Pleiotropy. Basically, in the heterozygous organism, only one allele express itself, that is dominance. In a heterozygous organism, both allele express themselves fully, codominance. A single gene influences many character, pleiotropy. Is it matching? A2, B3, C4. Is it matching? Yes, it's matching. The movement of gene from one linkage group to another is called
Translocation.
translocation. Yes. A is the correct answer. The term linkage was coined by Morgan, T.H. Morgan. We discussed it in the previous question. The pleiotropic gene is control multiple traits in an individual. Yes. Which of the following statement is not true for two genes that show 50% recombination frequency? We need to find not true, okay? If the genes are present on the same chromosome, they can undergo more than one crossing over in each meiosis can be done. Which means it is giving 50% recombination, okay? They are far apart, yes. The genes may be on the different chromosome, it could be, because the linkage is very less, 50% it is. The genes are tightly linked. Tightly linked in a sense, very closely linked. If this is a arm of the chromosome. Tightly linked means if this is one gene, this is another gene. For example, this is A gene, this is B gene. Tightly, this means tightly linked. If this is tightly linked, then the recombination frequency is very less. If it is very tightly linked, you can say 1%. 1% is a recombination frequency. Now they have given 50% as a recombination frequency, which means they are not tightly linked. They are not tightly linked. They are loosely linked. You can call it as. So we need to find the not true statement. We got it. C is the. They are tightly linked is a wrong statement. They are not tightly linked. They are loosely linked. Okay. Sex determination and mutation. Select the correct statement with respect to mechanism of sex determination in grasshopper. It is an example of female heterogamety. Is it? In male it is XO type, in female it is XX type. This is male, this is female. So female heterogamety? No, it is male heterogamety. Male produce two different types of gametes, either with or without X chromosome. XO type means in this O type there is no X chromosome, which means this is true. If A is false, we need to find the correct statement.
Option A.
Yes. Total number of chromosome, autosome or sex chromosome is same in the both males and female. All X bear additional X chromosome beside the autosome. Yes. So B and D are the correct statement. So option A is the correct answer. Select the incorrect statement. Male fruit fly is heterogametic. You need to find incorrect. Male fruit fly is heterogametic. The male fruit fly has XY and female has XX type. Male and this is female. So definitely heterogametic. In male grasshoppers, 50% of sperms have no sex chromosome. Why? They have X chromosome, another 50% has Y chromosome. So we got the answer, yes. In domesticated fowls, sex of the progeny depends. Oh wait, in male grasshoppers, okay, I'm still in the fruit fly. In male grasshoppers, 50% of the X has no chromosome because it is XO type. Okay, XO or XX. So which means in male, if the sperm segregation takes place, then 50% will be having X and 50% will be having nothing. So no sex chromosome, that is true. This is also true. In domesticated fowls, sex of progeny depends on the type of sperm rather than egg. In domesticated fowl, it is female heterogamety. This is female and this is male. So it is depend on egg, not on the sperm. So sex of the progeny depend on type of sperm rather than egg. This is the wrong answer. It is dependent on egg rather than sperm. So C is the wrong statement. So C is the correct answer. Human males have one of their sex chromosome much shorter than other. Yes, Y is much shorter than X. Which of the following pairs is wrongly matched? Starch synthesis in P is multiple allele. Is it correct?
No.
Which type? It is. Starch synthesis in P is the example of
Polygenic.
polygenic.
Pleiotropy.
What do you mean by pleiotropy? Tell me, Sakshi.
Single gene express many characters.
Yeah.
Many helix.
So which is that gene which is giving different characteristics or phenotype to the pea plant? If you see the B gene, B, then
Starch size and
no, starch, yes, starch, then size, then
shape.
shape. So it is just one gene which is giving multiple phenotypic characters, isn't it? So, or yes, so that is pleiotropy. Starts in the sin play is a pleiotropy. AB, so this is wrong. This is wrong. ABO codominance, exotype sex determination, TH Morgan linkage, these are all are correct. An abnormal human baby is XXX sex chromosome was born due to, is it fusion of 2 ova 1 sperm? No, these things cannot happen. Formation of abnormal sperm in the father. See here XX and X are there. So, if there is a abnormal sperm is there, then it should be XY. Then if it is this thing crossed with X, then it would be XXY. So, this is not the case. We got XXX, which means the father, okay, fine, but the mother here non-disjunction occurs, right? So, it is a formation of abnormal ova in the mother, not in the father. If in the father case, this would be, it would be giving to XXY. Now, it is in the mother case. This can be also mother case also, but if it is a father case here, then it gives to XXY, but here they have given XXX, which means the abnormal formation of ova in the mother. Understanding? Any doubts? Yes. Statement 1, failure of segregation of chromatids during the cell cycle resulting in the gain or loss of the whole set of the chromosome in an organism is known as aneuploidy. Whole set, is it whole set or number? Aneuploidy. Gain or loss of chromosome is known as aneuploidy. In statement 2, that is why the statement 1 is wrong. Failure of cytokinesis after anaphase stage of the cell division results in the gain or loss of the chromosome is called polyploidy. No, it is called aneuploidy. Polyploidy means whole set. So, they have given in reverse order, which means both the statement are false.
False.
Both statement 1 and 2 are false. Correct? Aneuploidy is a chromosomal disorder where chromosome number is not the exact copy of its haploid set of chromosome is due to
Addition and deletion.
Addition, deletion, yes, addition or deletion of chromosome B and C. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Aneuploidy, yes. Match the list 1 and 2. Down syndrome, trisomy. Yeah, yes, very good. 21st trisomy. Alpha thalassemia. Alpha thalassemia on which chromosome? (11) or 16? See, here it is written like alpha, no, alpha. How do you write? It is like oval, here oval shape. So, make it as 16. So, it is the 16th one. Like that you remember. Like you write alpha like this. And you do it, so it will become 16. Somehow you remember it. Beta thalassemia is 11. Klinefelter syndrome is X chromosome. Understanding? You need to remember it. Alpha and beta thalassemia. Alpha thalassemia is on the chromosome. The defect on the chromosome 16. Alpha. When writing, you will get this shape, right? Make it as 16. And beta, okay, the rest one is beta, that is 11. So, A3, okay, only one is there, B4. A is the correct answer. Which of the following statement are correct about Klinefelter's syndrome? The disorder was first discovered by Langdon Down It was Down syndrome he discovered. So no, such individual has overall masculine development, however the feminine development is also expressed. True. So if A is false, we can eliminate. Need to find the correct answer, right? Yes. Yes. So B is true, which means that is also right. The affected individual is of short stature. No. Physical, psychomotor and mental development was retarded. Nothing like that. Such individual are sterile. True. So see, if this with this statement itself we can eliminate C also here. You need to go for these two. We got the answer. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Elimination technique helps a lot to save your time, and also to give confirmation whether the option you are marking is right. Double confirmation. Yes. Which of the following symbol represent mating between relatives in human pedigree analysis? This is just mating. This is mating between relatives. C. Broad palm with single palm crease is visible in the person suffering from
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Given below are two statements. Sickle cell anemia and hemophilia are autosomal dominant traits. Sickle cell anemia is autosomal. What about hemophilia? Hemophilia is
Sex-linked.
sex linked, which means statement 1 is wrong. Sickle cell anemia and hemophilia are disorder of the blood. True or false?
True.
True. Yes. 1 is wrong, 2 is correct. So statement A, option A. Option statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. If a female individual is with small round head, furrowed tongue, partially open mouth and broad palm with characteristic palm crease, also the physical, psychomotor and mental development is retarded, the karyotype analysis of such an individual will show, or what are all these characteristics? The characteristics of Down syndrome. Down syndrome, otherwise we call it as trisomy 21. Why trisomy 21? The 21st chromosome, there should be 2 chromosome, right? There should be 2 chromosome, 21st, but they have 3 chromosome. The 21st chromosome, the chromosome 21 should be 2, 1 from father, 1 from mother, but they have 3 chromosome. That's what we call it as trisomy 21. That is Down syndrome. All these are characteristics of the Down syndrome. Very good. Select the incorrect match regarding the symbols used in pedigree analysis. Parent with a male child affected with the disease. Yes, parent with a male child affected. Sex unspecified. Affected individual. This one, mating between two related people. Which this is a, this should be like this, right? This is a mating between close relatives. This is called mating between close relatives. That's what it is, this consanguineous. That is mating between close relatives. But here is just, this is a symbol of just mating between two people, just mating. So which means D is a wrongly matched one. We can mark D as a correct answer. Understanding? A normal girl whose mother is hemophilic marries a male with no ancestral history of hemophilia. What would be the possible phenotype of the offspring? Tell me. You need to solve this. A normal girl whose mother is hemophilic. So her mother is hemophilic in a sense. It is X-linked recessive. So she should have both this condition. Okay, the mother. Here is the female, our female whom we want right now. Okay, her mother's genotype was this, which means her genotype will be this one. She inherited one of the X chromosome from her mother. Okay, they have not said anything about the father. We are telling a normal girl, which means definitely she has inherited a normal X chromosome from her father, which means she is a carrier right now. She is a carrier. Marries a male with no ancestral history, which means he is a normal male without hemophilia. What will be the possible phenotypes? The phenotypes will be XH, X, XH, Y, XX, XY. Carrier, hemophilic, normal, normal. Carrier female, hemophilic male, son, normal daughter and normal son. Normal daughter and normal, okay. Hemophilic son and hemophilic daughter? No. Only hemophilic son is there, hemophilic daughter is not there. Hemophilic son and the carrier daughter? Yes. Hemophilic son is here, carrier daughter is here. Normal daughter and normal son? Normal daughter is there, normal son is there. Normal son and hemophilic daughter is not there, which means B and C. We need to find the possible phenotypes, that is B and C. Understanding? Any doubts regarding this? Yes. Principle of inheritance and variation, you can see lots of question coming from the previous year. Around lots of question. We have around 83 slides. Understanding? So many previous year questions. This is very, very important chapter. Which of the following occurs due to the presence of autosomal linked, autosomal dominant trait? Autosomal dominant trait disease. Only one is given in the textbook in NCERT, that is myotonic dystrophy. Only one autosomal dominant is given. Rest others all are Mendelian disorder, all are autosomal recessive. Only one autosomal dominant, that too they have given in that particular pedigree analysis. In that they have mentioned the figure and the explanation of the figure. In that particular one they have mentioned myotonic dystrophy. Other than that they have not mentioned anywhere. So you need to be so careful when reading the textbook, line by line you should be reading. Understanding? So it is myotonic dystrophy. This is the only one autosomal dominant Mendelian disorder is mentioned in the NCERT. If the colorblind female marries a man whose mother was also colorblind, if a colorblind female, which means she is this one, XHXH, marries a man whose mother was also colorblind, if his mother is also colorblind, she will definitely give one of this X chromosome to her son, which means he is also colorblind. What are the chances of her progeny having color blindness? Okay, if we yes, if we say XH, XH, so it will be definitely 100%. All her progeny will be colorblind. Oh, colorblind. Sorry यार, इसको H को colorblind, whatever, fine, but colorblind. Yes, this is the case. So it is all her progeny will be colorblind. Understanding? In a cross between a male and female, both heterozygous for sickle cell anemic gene. Okay, cross between male and female, both are heterozygous. These are the genotypes of male and female, both are heterozygous for sickle cell anemia gene. What percentage of the progeny will be diseased? Tell me. If we say HbA, normal, HbA, HbA, carrier, HbA, HbS, HbS, HbS. What percentage of progeny will be deceased? 25% will be completely normal, 50% will be carrier, and 25% will be deceased, sickle cell anemic. Yes? B4 Bombay is the correct answer. Understanding? Select the correct match. Phenylketonuria is autosomal dominant? No, phenylketonuria is autosomal recessive.
Yes.
Yes. Sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait. Yes, and chromosome 11. True. Thalassemia is autosomal, not X-linked, autosomal recessive. Hemophilia is X-linked recessive. Here it is given Y-linked. So, we need to find the correct match. We already got the correct match, that is B4 Bombay is the correct match. Understanding? This one. This is the correct match. What is a genetic disorder in which an individual has an overall masculine development, gynecomastia, and is sterile? Easy.
Klinefelter's.
Klinefelter's. The woman has an X-linked condition on one of her X chromosome. This chromosome can be inherited by, she has some condition. Only sons. She has some condition on one of her X this thing, okay. So, we take normal male. So, okay, if we say that XA, X, XA, Y, XX, XY. So, this is daughter, son, daughter, son. This particular X-linked condition is inherited by who? Daughter भी inherited होगी ना. अगर डोमिनेंट है तो शी विल ऑल्सो बी अफेक्टेड. सन तो अफेक्टेड है ही, डोमिनेंट हो या रिसेसिव. हाउ कैन ओनली बी सन्स? वहाँ तो कुछ मैंने एक्स-लिंक्ड कंडीशन वन ऑफ अ क्रोमोसोम, दैट्स इट गिवन. डोमिनेंट रिसेसिव कुछ नहीं दिया है. तो डॉटर विमेन का मतलब एक्स क्रोमोसोम डॉटर में भी आएगा ना. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? यस साक्षी, कॉन्फिडेंस रहना है. ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में सिर्फ ओनली डॉटर्स लिख दिया तो गया 4 मार्क्स के साथ 1 मार्क्स नेगेटिव में. समझ आ रहा है? देखो ऐसे नहीं है कि यू नो जस्ट सेइंग वन ऑफ द ऑप्शन वी शुड मार्क. नो, वी शुड थिंक केयरफुली, स्पेशली इन द चैप्टर्स ऑफ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस एंड मॉलिक्यूलर बेस ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस. यू हैव टू थिंक प्रॉपरली. पूरा प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड होना है व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग क्वेश्चन. अगर प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड नहीं रहा तो गया मार्क्स. अंडरस्टैंडिंग बोथ सन्स एंड डॉटर्स. D4 Delhi is the correct answer. यहाँ this X chromosome is coming to daughter also. This X chromosome is coming to the son also. Both daughter and son will be inheriting that X chromosome. A woman has a X-linked condition on one of her. यही था ना? Okay. Woman has X-linked condition on one of her X chromosome. This chromosome can be inherited. Same है. अच्छा, okay, fine. It is repeated. Yes. A disease caused by an autosomal primary non-disjunction is autosomal primary non-disjunction. Autosomal primary non-disjunction यानी ये chromosomal disorder है, which means tell. सिकल सेल एनीमिया तो मेंडेलियन डिसऑर्डर में आया ना बेटा. नॉन डिसजंक्शन, एडिशन और डिलीशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम में. यस, क्रोमोसोम ये डिसऑर्डर में आया. क्रोमोसोम डिसऑर्डर में आता है ये कहने के बावजूद भी सिकल सेल एनीमिया बता रहे हो तो. सी ऑटोसोमल प्राइमरी नॉन डिसजंक्शन, तो ऑटोसोमल 21st क्रोमोसोम इज ऑटोसोम एंड नॉन डिसजंक्शन की वजह से हो रहा है ट्राइजोमी 21 बिकॉज ऑफ द नॉन डिसजंक्शन, सो इट इज अ डाउन सिंड्रोम. लाइनफिल्टर सिंड्रोम तो ऑटोसोमल है ही नहीं, सेक्स लिंक्ड है. टर्नर सिंड्रोम इज ऑल्सो ऑटोसोमल है ही नहीं, दिस इज XXY, दिस इज XO टाइप, ये तो सेक्स लिंक्ड, बोथ आर. सिकल सेल एनीमिया इज अ मेंडेलियन डिसऑर्डर. और ये नॉन डिसजंक्शन इससे नहीं आता, इट इज अ जीन डिफेक्ट इन जीन. इस क्रोमोसोम में जीन के डिफेक्ट की वजह से सिकल सेल एनीमिया होता है, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द एडिशन ऑफ डिलीशन और द क्रोमोसोम. नॉन डिस्टिंक्शन होता है एन्यूप्लॉइडी, एडिशन और डिलीशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम की वजह से. समझ आ रहा है? यू शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल, यू शुड ऑलवेज लाइक रिकॉल which are the Mendelian disorders, which are the chromosomal disorder. Okay, yes, chromosomal disorders होते हैं एन्यूप्लॉइडी की वजह से. Thalassemia and sickle cell anemia are caused due to the problem in globin molecule synthesis. Select the correct statement. Okay, thalassemia and sickle cell anemia. Both are due to qualitative defect. Both are due to qualitative defect. नहीं, देखो, thalassemia is quantitative. जितना क्वांटिटी में डिफेक्ट है उतना क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा अफेक्टेड है इंडिविजुअल. सो बोथ आर ड्यू टू क्वालिटेटिव? नो. बोथ आर ड्यू टू क्वांटिटेटिव? नो. ये सिकल सेल एनीमिया इज नॉट क्वांटिटेटिव. थैलेसीमिया इज ड्यू टू लेस सिंथेसिस ऑफ ग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल. यस, सिकल सेल एनीमिया इज ड्यू टू द क्वांटिटेटिव प्रॉब्लम. नो, क्वांटिटेटिव है ही नहीं. थैलेसीमिया इज ड्यू टू द लेस सिंथेसिस ऑफ ग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल. If it is alpha thalassemia, it will be HbA1, HbA2 genes. वो भी एक क्रोमोसोम में, टू क्रोमोसोम में, तो सिस्टर क्रोमैटिड. So again HbA1, HbA2. How much ever defected, if one of this out of 4, if one defected है तो थोड़ा सा thalassemia. 2 defected है more. 3 डिफेक्टेड है इवन मोर. 4 डिफेक्टेड है बहुत मोर, वट है ज़्यादा, बहुत ज़्यादा. तो इट इज़ अ क्वांटिटेटिव. क्वांटिटी जितना क्वांटिटी में डिफेक्ट है उतना क्वांटिटी इफेक्ट हो रहा है, उतना क्वांटिटी में तेज इफेक्ट हो रहा है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? इफ इट इज़ अल्फा, इफ इट इज़ बीटा, देन HPB gene 1 and 2 ही है. That is C is the correct answer. If a colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision, okay, the probability of their son being colorblind is, tell me, a colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color, which means she doesn't have any condition. Okay, she is normal. The son being colorblind, tell me. We want only son. Okay, yeah.
Option C.
Option C, yes. So anyway, he is giving only Y chromosome to the next generation. So if you see, we'll just mark it. If you see, both the daughters will be carriers and both the sons will be normal. Both the daughters will be carriers, both the son will be normal, which means possibility of the son being hemophilic is 0 if the father is hemophilic. If the mother is hemophilic, then it will be a different case. Pick out the correct statement. Hemophilia is sex linked recessive. Correct? Correct. Down syndrome is due to aneuploidy. Phenylketonuria is an autosomal recessive gene disorder. Sickle cell anemia is a X linked recessive gene disorder. No. D को हटा दो. D को हटाने के बाद ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Which of the following is most appropriately describes hemophilia? Most appropriately. Recessive gene disorder सही है, लेकिन most appropriately X-linked recessive gene disorder, hemophilia. This is more correct ना. Recessive gene disorder सही है, X-linked recessive is correct. Chromosomal disorder नहीं, this is Mendelian disorder. Dominant gene disorder भी नहीं. So it is B for Bombay is the correct answer, but still A could also be correct answer because recessive gene disorder, but they have most appropriately, most ज़्यादा appropriate कौन सा है? B is the most appropriate. X-linked gene disorder. In the following human pedigree, the filled symbols represent the affected individual. Identify the type of given pedigree. Identify whether it is now tell me whether it is a dominant or recessive. If this is dominant or recessive. See, in this particular generation it is there. Next generation it is there. In next generation it is not there. And in next generation it is there. Here in this generation it is there, in this generation not there, in the next generation it is there. In this generation it is there, and the next generation it is not there. Which means, like in one generation there is disease, another generation there is no disease. In another generation there is disease, expression of that disease, and in another generation there is no disease. Such thing we can call it as recessive, not dominant. In dominant you could find in all the like generation. In dominant you can find in all the generation, but in the recessive, first thing you need to find whether it is a dominant or recessive. सारे जनरेशन में शो हो रहा है तो डोमिनेंट है, एक जनरेशन में है, एक जनरेशन में नहीं है, एक जनरेशन में है, एक जनरेशन में नहीं है, ऐसे शो कर रहा है तो इट इज रेसेसिव. तो डोमिनेंट को हटा दो. नाउ कमिंग टू एक्स लिंक्ड और ऑटोसोमल. नाउ कमिंग टू द एक्स लिंक्ड में क्या होता है? क्रिस क्रॉस इनहेरिटेंस होता है. क्रिस क्रॉस इनहेरिटेंस, क्रिस क्रॉस मतलब मेल को है then it will be then going to female. From female it will be going to the male. From male it will be going to the female. From female it will be going to the male. ऐसा मतलब from father it will be going to the daughter. From the daughter it will be going to the son. From son it will be going to the next daughter. From daughter it will be going to her son. If this is a criss-cross inheritance, then it is X-linked. If not, if there is something random, then it will be autosomal. If you see here, father, daughter, nothing, and son, father, son, grandson. Here father, son. So is it criss-cross inheritance? You cannot find any kind of criss-cross inheritance in this particular thing. So we can say it is autosomal, not sex-linked. Understanding? If you find the sex criss-cross inheritance, like from, if it is if this is father, daughter से यहाँ son affected होना चाहिए था. From, so he is not the son. Okay, son affected होना चाहिए था, and from the son it would have gone to the other. If it is son, then daughter would be carrier. But here there is no such things given here. Understanding? There is no such things, which means you can say that it is autosomal recessive. If you want, you can even write whether it is autosomal recessive. We'll see. She is normal, so she can be the carrier. So he is definitely the deceased one, so recessive one. So from here, if see these both are affected, so she cannot be this allele, she cannot be. Understanding? So which means nobody would have affected. Okay, if you see, you can say capital A, sorry, small a, capital A, capital A, small a. So if this could be the condition of, they might be all carriers here. If she is affected, then this person, the one he is marrying is also carrier, which means he is affected. this person can be capital A or capital A small a. So he is affected, so he is small a. He is marrying, nobody is affected here, so she will be definitely normal one. So these are all carriers. So if you come here, then if both are affected, so these are carriers. So he might be also carrier, or yes, he is definitely carrier, yes. So if both are affected, so this person is also carrier. Not affected, so these are affected, non-affected, carrier. Understanding? So this could be their genotypes. So it is autosomal recessive, not X-linked. X-linked we can find crisscross inheritance. Here there is no crisscross, so it is definitely autosomal recessive. First always find whether it is dominant or recessive. दो ऑप्शन में डोमिनेंट होगा, दो ऑप्शन है रिसेसिव होगा, डोमिनेंट या रिसेसिव, वो दो ऑप्शन को कट कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट बचेगा सेक्स लिंक्ड या ऑटोसोमल. इफ देयर इज अ क्रिस क्रॉस इनहेरिटेंस देन सेक्स लिंक्ड. अगर कोई क्रिस क्रॉस इनहेरिटेंस तुम्हें नहीं दिख रहा हो तो इट विल बी ऑटोसोमल. इजी एज दैट. अ कलर ब्लाइंड मैन मैरीज अ वुमन विथ नॉर्मल साइट, ओके, who has no history of color blindness in a family. So color blind man है ये, color blind है, and he marries a normal woman who has no color blindness history in her family. What is the probability of their grandson being color blind? Grandson. Okay, now just see, these are the, so both the sons are normal, so leave them. So their daughter, same genotype, I will take one, and she is married to a normal one, say normal one, okay, normal individual man. So now if you see Y, X. So okay, so these two are normal, and one is a carrier and one is hemophilic. We need to find what is the probability of their grandson being colorblind. So not hemophilic, colorblind. Okay, we will take another 5 minutes. Okay, this is the person who is colorblind now. What is the percentage? It is around 25%. 25% there is a chance of grandson being colorblind, and 25% of the granddaughter being carrier, and 50% of the children will be normal. So what is the answer? What is the answer? Any doubts regarding this? क्या हुआ बच्चों? कोई डाउट है क्या? नो राइट. व्हाट इज आंसर? टेल मी. इजी है. 25% लिखा है तो मैंने इधर, ये वाला फाइंड कर रहा है. सो दीज आर द पीपल, दीज आर द सेकेंड जनरेशन, दिस इज थर्ड ग्रैंड सन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तो इट इज 0.25. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? व्हाई देयर इज एम्बिग्यूटी? Understood or not? Shall I explain once again? Understood, yes. A human female with Turner syndrome, tell me, is able to produce a children with normal husband? Is it? No, she is sterile, right? Has 45 chromosome with XO? True. Has one additional X chromosome, nahi exhibit male characters, nahi. Turner syndrome hai. Easy. B is the correct answer. A man whose father was colorblind, marries a woman. Now his father was colorblind, which means he is normal, isn't it? Or marries a woman who had a colorblind mother and a normal father. Okay, we are actually, this is their generation. Okay, the man's father was colorblind, which means this is his condition. Now anyway he is giving the Y chromosome to his son, so anyway now this person definitely will be normal. Okay, he is anyway giving the Y chromosome, not the X chromosome. So this person is normal. Is marrying a woman who had colorblind mother and a normal father. Colorblind mother and normal father. In this case, what happens? She is a carrier, isn't it? The mother has given one of her X chromosome to her, so she is definitely the carrier. What percentage of male children of this couple will be colorblind? What percentage? Now just cross it. Male children, XE, X, XEY, XY and XX. So we need to find male children. Male children हो गया सिर्फ इसमें. These are male children, नहीं? So this is female, this is female, this is male, this is male. What percentage of male children are colorblind? It is actually ये colorblind है. Yeah, ये colorblind नहीं है, which means 50%. देखो, if you need to consider only male children, okay? Sometimes what we tend to do, we tend to consider female also, then we will get 25% here. But no, understanding where will we, where you may make mistake. Only consider among male children. Male children सिर्फ consider male children. इसको हटा दो. Understanding only male children you consider. In male children, one is colorblind and the one is normal, which means it is only 50% of there is a chance of male children being colorblind. Understanding, not 25. सब कुछ consider मत करना. Then the answer would go wrong. Understanding? Yes. So 50%. The incorrect statement with regard to hemophilia: a single protein involved in clotting of blood is affected. It is sex-linked disease. It is a recessive disease. It's a dominant disease. Incorrect one.
Dominant.
Yes, easy. T4L is a correct answer. It is not a dominant disease, it's a recessive disease, sex-linked. If both the parents are carriers for thalassemia, okay, for example, autosomal thalassemia, both are carriers, which means one of them has, in one of the allele, thalassemia genes is there, abnormal one, okay, which is autosomal recessive disorder. What is the chances of pregnancy resulting in the affected child, in an affected child? What is the this thing, percentage? It will be carrier, not affected, affected. How what is the percentage? 25. 25 is the percentage. Okay, this is the last question. Understood? Yes. It was worth taking, isn't it? It was. So yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can leave. Okay. Thank you so much, children. If you don't have any doubt, then you can leave the call. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.